One message for you from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
Not rocket science, you know.
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. Next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. I mean it. Like,
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
what the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang on. Hang
Moran.
on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the BS Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy Moran, and I'd like to formally declare this as an amazing day, as it is Amber Dash's 21st birthday. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring our peeps on to the stage. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So I have a question.
She's muted. You're muted. What have you done?
You're one of those people that doesn't put the year you were born on your Facebook. So like,
oh, I don't care.
How old are you then?
I turned 36 today.
Nice.
So
36.
gross. So gross.
Hey, where's the other Dash? Oh, there he goes.
Oh, here he is.
So we got 5 people and 2 guests on today. Nobody's going to get to talk.
We have 2 guests today, for real?
We do. We do.
2 today.
My man John from Utah, already in the green room, prepared to talk about Utah football. And then Austin has a special guest on.
Utah football, because they lost their coach.
Because I said so. That's why.
Here we go.
So.
And that means what?
It means what I said.
Well,
it means what I said. And then Austin will tell us about the next guest that we have coming up. And we will be cordial to John as a Utah football fan. We were cordial to Will. That was
I don't really care who he roots for as long as he's not an Auburn fan.
That's a fair point.
yeah, those people can be talked to.
Hey, Amber. Mark Ingram just turned 36 the other day.
I know. We're the same age, and we were born in December the same year. Like,
Dang,
yeah.
y'all both old.
And Taylor Swift was born this month, too, but I'm not a Swiftie, so that doesn't actually affect me. But she was also born in December of 1989, too. So.
Well, there's that.
There's that. Yes. Swifty. I'll be Swifty to change the pace of the program real quick. Happy birthday, Amber. And before we get started any further, I'd like to introduce the folks that are on the podcast with me. So, Wild Bill, tell the people who you are. What is going on today in Alabama?
Cold weather.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Cold
Finally got a little bit over here in Fort Worth.
It's blowing.
so cold.
And I'm Wild Bill, bivocational pastor. Been here March will be 21 years. God's good, though.
God is good all the time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard his voice. He jumped in the studio about 2 minutes late, but who's counting? I guess I am since I said it. Austin Dash, the Dash Man. What's going on, man? Tell the people who you are and what's going on.
I'm Austin, Amber's better half, creative arts director at People's Tabernacle, wannabe musician, and master of sarcasm.
You got that.
He is very hyperbolic, and we will. We'd like to think. We'd like to see who actually showed up today. And you heard her voice. We've already introduced her. Amber Dash, tell the people who you are, what's going on, and give us a rundown of your 46 businesses. Just like me, I'm into everything, but let's talk about it.
Well, I'm Amber. I'm cousin to Josh and Quincy, daughter to Wild Bill, and wife to the Dash. I work full time from home, so I have time to have multiple side gigs if I want them. Photography is my numero uno. I had my last wedding of the year Saturday. I was tired, but it was great. I do shirts on the side, but that's probably about to take a back burner. I'm not going to stop doing them. But I have recently found a love for baking and canning and all of those things. So I'm working on opening a farm stand in my front yard.
Speaking of the love of getting baked, Josh, welcome to the program, sir. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
I don't do that anymore. Now that's Amber. Now she takes edibles. But I'm
Got it.
Josh. I'm here sick, but I showed up anyways. And
You go, bro. You go.
Kurt Signetti, the GOAT, maybe.
He's just okay. Get out of here
Oh,
with that.
go on
crap.
somewhere. No,
That is precisely.
If y'all don't understand what I'm doing, then y'all need to. Y'all are just. I can't say it. Just come on, guys. He's the GOAT.
Stop trolling.
Hey.
us.
Grief.
Stop
Listen,
raging.
he's
No,
rage
I'm
baiting.
not going to stop. Nobody's giving us a shot. He's the GOAT.
Hey, that's exactly why I came to you last. I saw you had the new GOAT in the background, so I wanted to congratulate you. And hey, it only took Indiana since 1945 to win their first conference title, and now they have legitimately replaced Alabama.
They can put
Before
that
any-
right up beside their national championships. Oh wait, they don't have any.
Hey, they're a good team, though. I mean, and at least
They are.
At least he gives
Hey,
Saban a lot of credit.
A blind squirrel can find a nut every once in a while.
Hey, he
I-
gives Saban a lot of credit, though. So
I think they're probably better than a blind squirrel. But hey, let's get into the program here. Wild Bill, do you have some Bama bullet points for us today?
Yeah, I wrote a few down right quick. I didn't
Okay,
think I was gonna
now-
have any.
Are we wanting to
Now-
time today or no?
No, not necessarily. But
Okay.
before we kick it into the first quarter, Wild Bill, please don't throw your notes away today because I just might come back to you, and I don't want you to have to dig them out of the trash again.
Well, I won't throw them away if you
Way to go,
won't
Dad.
break down the statistics line by line by line by line and then forget where you are.
Hey, that happens too.
There's
I
no
can forget.
statistics today, Quincy, so we don't want no statistics.
I already
I've
got some
a lot
statistics
of
ready.
Statistics today too.
Oh my Lord.
That's all we got. All right. Well, here's the way the show's going to go today. Typically, we'll do the first quarter with Wild Bill and his Bama bullet points. Then we'll go into the second quarter with stats or statistics with the Q Dog. The third quarter is the dashes on DeBoer, talking about the press conferences that are out there. Fourth quarter is wide open. That's where we make our picks for the game that is to come. And today we're going to modify that a little bit because it is a college football preview of the Rose Bowl. So we will we'll go here with Wild Bill as Bama bullet points, and then the second quarter we are going to bump up the dashes on DeBoer. And I don't know why I said it twice, but I did. Must have skipped the CD. And then we will bring on our guests if they are both ready to talk a little bit about college football and what is happening. And then we're going to get into the picking side. But, you know, Amber, do what you can to kind of keep us around that 15 to 20 minute mark, per quarter. And with that, we will go to my man, Wild Bill, right after this. All right, Wild Bill, what you got, baby?
All right, since y'all want stats, I'll give you one. 216, 36, 4. Derrick Henry's stats against the Green Bay Packers defense Saturday night. I've never seen nothing so disgusting in all my life. That defensive back from Green Bay, Derrick stiff-armed him and knocked him 5 yards backwards.
In his defense, He's done that to a lot of men.
Yeah, but this was Green Bay.
Hey, so what happened to Jordan Love?
He suffered a concussion the week before
Okay.
against Chicago.
I mean, he stiff-armed poor Josh Norman right out of the NFL. So,
But anyway, he's an Alabama boy, but he's still. I wanted him to fumble one time like he has all year, but he didn't. But anyway, okay.
Not against Green Bay.
No, you got to hit him to make him fumble.
and he holds the record for most 200-yard games.
Yep.
He's going to be the GOAT before it's all said and done.
All
Yeah,
right.
he is.
It's nothing spectacular. I just heard this today. We've got to run the ball effectively. Got to run it so we can set up some play action passes.
Yes, sir.
But to run the ball effectively, this gentleman said that means that the 5 or 6 that are blocking up front, put your man that you're blocking, put him on it. I won't use the word that he said. And keep going. Put him on his backside and keep going. That's how you run it effectively. So we also need to run some wide to utilize our speed, misdirection, quick screen, sweeps, etc. We've got to have a pass rush. We can't let Mendoza stand back there all day. We got to make tackles. He said he was at the Alabama-Oklahoma game. He said he noticed 4 or 5 different occasions they had John Mateer, our lineman, had him surrounded to sack him in the backfield, but they let him get away. When you've got the opportunity, you got to make the tackle, put them on the ground. Can't let them escape. Control both line of scrimmages. Defensive lineman, put the offensive lineman, knock him back. Offensive lineman, knock the defensive lineman back. Take care of the ball. We've got to take care of the ball. We've got to create turnovers, and we've got to win our man-on-man matches. That's all the bullet points.
No, I think
So
those
I got 'em right
are
here, Quincy, so I won't throw them away.
yes, yes,
I'm
please.
so proud of you, Bill.
Good job, Dad.
I love that you put them on a legal pad, but those are really difficult for safekeeping. So you might want to update that particular notebook. Get something that
You should
that
start
can
putting
keep.
them in your phone, Dad, in your notes app.
No.
No, he
Oh,
can't do that. He's still reading the newspaper.
I still read the paper.
Well, here's what I'll say, Wild Bill. You know, we've heard as Alabama fans, and especially those of us who are on X, we've heard a significant amount of information. We've seen it. Just a lot of trolling going on. I'm sure Alabama fans are out there doing plenty of trolling as well. But just the idea that because Indiana has an undefeated record, because their strength of schedule, not because, but their strength of schedule is 28th in the country after it's all said and done. But because they are 13-0, all of a sudden they've replaced the University of Alabama, which Alabama hasn't won a championship since 2020. Doesn't mean they haven't been in the mix from time to time, but the things that you have talked about in these Bama bullet points have to be what is on, Kalen DeBoer, and what is on Coach Grubb's mind, and obviously what's on Kane Womack's mind. So how, Josh, do we accomplish controlling the line of scrimmage against a very physical Indiana Hoosier football team?
Well, first off, I would like to say I just thought of this. Amber and Austin, I know you guys are on X. You're always sharing stuff, but they don't ever interact with us on our posts. So I was wondering how we could rectify that, because we're all trying to get
What
engaged.
are you talking about? I like and comment stuff I see.
All right, so we got to, Quincy, you need to start tagging them in your posts.
If I don't see it, I can't respond to it.
Well, thanks for letting me know we're not anywhere near your algorithm, because you don't care, but whatever.
No, let me tell you all that's on my algorithm right now, which I haven't been
Algorithm?
on Twitter
What's
much.
an algorithm?
I don't want to know about all your stoner
It's
techniques.
all about Candace Owens and Erica Kirk and TP USA, and I would like for it to go back to being
And
Alabama
nothing
football.
about
Thank you.
BS podcast.
No, nothing about Alabama, which is what I actually care about.
Mine's
Thank
been
you.
all
Stop
Indiana
liking
fans.
and stop liking and retweeting Candace
That's
Owens.
why I hadn't been on there.
You
I hadn't been
literally
on there on
just-
purpose.
Mine's
Y'all
all
share
been
stuff to the
Indiana
chat
fans.
every day. Anyways,
I
that was a side quest argument. What was the question again?
Josh is just
So
Josh is the smash today. Dawson's
The,
not in.
the question that I have is with what I don't know if you know or remember what Wild Bill talked about in his Bama bullet points, but controlling the line of scrimmage. How in the world do we do that against a very, very physical Indiana football team?
I don't really know how we're going to even compete with them. But like in all honesty,
Goodness.
You still don't get it, Uncle Bill. Jesus.
You don't.
No, you literally don't get it.
You don't.
You don't have a clue what's going on.
No.
Quincy probably does. But all these other schmucks on here are just like, how dare you say that? Good Lord. Anyway,
Why can't you answer the question?
so
I'm not saying how dare you say.
think,
I just don't understand how you think we can't hang in with them.
He's being sarcastic.
Oh, shut up, Quincy. I'm not. You see, now
Are
it doesn't work.
you just rage baiting us?
Yes.
Look,
Yes.
I don't like
not
rage
you guys. Y'all are
baiting.
Nice
supposed
of
to
you to join the party,
You're
Amber.
supposed to understand what I'm doing.
Any of you males are
I heard
doing
nothing
like
she said.
I mean, because like on X, that's all they're doing is talking about how we're nothing and we're going to get slaughtered. So I'm playing into the game.
Yeah,
Because
well,
it's
I've got plenty of
probably
stats
true.
that say otherwise.
I'm not worried about stats, smacks.
Okay,
They're the
we'll
number one
see.
team in the country. They are a very good team. I'm not downplaying that. I'm just down. What I'm
No.
doing is upplaying the thought that we can't even compete with them, which is what they think and what the national media thinks. We're an underdog by 7 points as of now. They haven't blown out any team that had a tough record or a good record. Like the toughest teams, they've been close. I don't know why everybody thinks they're just going to waltz in there and beat the hell out of us. They might beat us, but it's going to be a good game, I believe. But as far as the line of scrimmage, I don't think we've dominated the line of scrimmage in any dadgum game this year. So it's going to come down to our defense doing what they did against Mateer and confusing him and turnovers and, getting pressure on the quarterback, stopping their run game, not stopping it, but at least slowing it down some. But we don't dominate the line of scrimmage. So I don't even know why that's entered the chat. It's not something we do. It's something we've won despite of. And I don't know. And if it's gonna rain. So I just hope it's not bad because it's 100% chance of rain on Thursday. So that doesn't bode well for our running game, which has been non-existent. And they've got a great running defense. So I don't know that we can dominate the line of scrimmage. We've been winning despite that. I hope we can continue it. And I just hope our guys are pissed off and us against them mentality, which is something we're not used to. But something happened in that Oklahoma game. And in the last 3 quarters, you could see it happen. Same thing happened to Ohio State last year. It looked like they woke up after Michigan trounced their ass. So
Yeah.
that's just what I see happening. But can we win? Yes, of course we can win. We're going to get slaughtered, though.
Well, to your credit, Josh, talking about the national media, this is what ESPN has up on their website, that there's a 71% chance that Indiana beats Alabama.
That is ridiculous if you're using your brain. But you know what? They probably want us to win. So thank you, ESPN, because we're the ratings. So
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Well,
We are the ratings and the money.
The more and more that I see, people talk on the old X.com, the more that they believe that Alabama just doesn't belong there. And I appreciate that rhetoric. I appreciate it, very much. And the idea, like I'm with Josh, Wild Bill, even listening to the things that Ty Simpson has said this week, something has changed with this football team.
Stop.
There is.
Stop.
Signetti's the
Done
GOAT.
with you.
Thank you, Josh.
I'm done with you.
Goodbye.
Kriegel, it's okay. We
I
would
wasn't
love
even
to have you on the
I was
program.
not interrupting Quincy, by the way. I was just pointing my finger, and everybody else did that.
Oh my word.
No, you didn't.
Because
You
we-
didn't interrupt me.
Because we all know that Saban's the GOAT. Go on. Done with you.
Well,
I gotta leave it
it's
7. by the way.
okay. Leave it 7. So with that, Austin, I didn't mean it to sound the way that it sounded.
No, say
Austin,
it like that. Mean it like
the
that.
line of scrimmage. Can Alabama create a solution? I mean, it looked a little bit better, in that game against OU on the road at night in a very, very tumultuous atmosphere, down 17-0. But let me know your thoughts. What can Alabama do? Is there something that changes magically with our offensive line over the course of the last 2 weeks? Did they wake up? What are your thoughts on what that's going to look like?
Well, I was looking at stats earlier because I wanted to compare Indiana to teams we've actually played. And a couple things stood out to me. Oklahoma is number 1 in team sacks. We've played them twice. We've given up some sacks. Indiana is number 8 in team sacks. A surprising stat, Tennessee's number 11. We gave up no sacks to Tennessee, and everybody talked about how good their front was. So, it's apples and oranges, but that was the big talking point going into Tennessee was we can't block. We're going to give up sacks all night. Gave up 0. So the ability to block is there. The ability to create time for Ty Simpson is there. And then another stat that I found was interesting was, everybody says Alabama can't run the ball. And I went and looked back at some stats from some of those games. And here's these Russian defenses. Indiana is number 3 in Russian defense. Georgia's number 4. Alabama had 117 yards against Georgia. Alabama played the number 12 Russian defense, Auburn. We had 158 yards. Let's see who else we play. Vanderbilt's number 15. We had 146 yards. Missouri's number 16. We had 125 yards. Indiana averages about 80 yards a game in Russian, their opponents. So when you look at the ability to run the ball against good defenses, Alabama's done it at times. And those times has been when Alabama is 100% healthy, and when we've got everybody in the ball game. Well, all of those games I just mentioned, we had Jam Miller, we had Kevin Riley, we had Daniel Hill, and we've got all those guys back for the first time 100% in 3 months. So I think the whole statement that Alabama can't run the ball and Alabama can't block, well, we've shown that we can do it when we want to. So I think that's going to be something to watch. I think Alabama could come out and look like second half Alabama from last week, give Ty time to throw. If Ty's got time to throw, that could be a problem. And, something that created a problem for Oklahoma's defense was those couple runs that Alabama got off in the second half. And then they had to honor the run, which gave us time to work. So I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, 12 more days to rest too for everybody and get healthy.
And something else I want to throw out is Indiana hasn't played ball in 27 days. And not to say that they're not going to be focused and in good shape, but 27 days is a long time to be sitting, just running through practice every day. When, last year, all 4 teams that got a bye got beat.
They sure did, but I don't know if we'll have a repeat of that, but a couple of them are going down, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I just, it's something to look at.
Josh is not a very positive fan, is he?
What?
It reminds me of Amber Dash.
I'm trying to be positive about this game.
Nobody outperforms Austin Dash when it comes to being negative.
Thank you.
You ain't
I
wrong.
don't know
I'm
what you're
living
talking
with him and watching a game with him.
Especially with Bama basketball. Let's not even get into that.
Do I need to bring up Homer Simpson reading the the Bama hotline again?
No.
Kalen DeBoer and his staff can walk off a cliff. Well, guys, I got to tell you, that even though Josh is kidding around, and I appreciate,
I hope he's kidding around.
Of course he is. I mean, you have to know that he is. But with that being said, the fact is that there's some people that know ball, like Brooks Austin, and he looks at this Indiana team and he does talk about how physical they are. The thing that gives me a lot of hope is that our defense is extremely physical. Yeah. And I think, just by looking at it, if we can establish some kind of an offensive cadence and make sure that our defense is not getting, effectively run off the field or playing too many plays, Wild Bill, I do think that we have more than just a good chance to take this game, into the later rounds and win it. Aside from the line of scrimmage, I know you talked about some other things, but in the final moments here of the first quarter, what are you looking for Alabama to come out and show?
Knock them on the rear end. And then it went on defense, hit them, knock them down, reach down, like Bear said, pick them up, say, I'll be right back for some more of this. Show them.
I agree.
They think that the Big Ten is so high. I'd like to know how their schedule got to be 28 when they.
Here you go. I've got.
But according to Josh, that doesn't matter.
I've got the record here.
On the Big Ten, they won the last 2 national championships. The Big Ten is solid, especially the top half of it. We got to stop acting like they don't play good football.
Josh,
I love the Big Ten.
The top half is 4 teams. The rest of the Big 12, Big 10 is horrible.
Here we go again. Indiana deserves to be number 1. I don't know what y'all are smoking right now. Just Ohio State. Okay, so
here's the record.
What do they have to do to get any respect from anyone?
Here's the record of all the teams Indiana has played this year: 2-10.
It doesn't matter.
4-8.
Strength of schedule is supposed to matter. If it doesn't matter, then we all need to be playing teams that are 3-9, 2-8.
Schedule isn't even legit.
No, I'm just saying, when you break down the records of the team that they've beat in this supposed,
do that with every team.
Okay, but in this supposed great conference, half of their schedule is 4-8, 3-9. Their top half of their schedule 10-4, 10-3, 8-4, 8-4.
Here's where I land on it. Give me just a minute. Give me just a minute. I'm gonna have to agree with Josh here, and here's why. Nope. Here's why.
Flag.
The reason being is, if you look at the product on the field, you can talk about the stats, you can talk about the records, you can talk about the strength of schedule, which all matters until you play the team that's on the field. And so look at what Michigan did 2 years ago. They're in the Big Ten. What did they do? They won the national championship. Look at what Ohio State did last year. So who has won? The reigning king of college football for 2 years in a row is gone through where? Somebody answer. Where is it?
It's the Big Ten.
It's the Big Ten. So we can talk about
timer. I said a 20-minute timer today.
We'll get we'll wrap up here pretty quick
and see if they're 13-0.
Here's the thing, though. Everybody's still looking at the SEC like it's a few years back, dude. This ain't the same thing. All these the NIL is leveled the playing field. I don't know what y'all are smoking, dude. Like, the NIL has evened the teams out. There is no more second, third, fourth strings that could start everywhere else. We're not that dominant anymore.
I'm going by the records of the bottom half of your conference, which is 8 teams.
Bowl games. Let me guess, you have an excuse for those 5 losses.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean-
horrible in the bowl season, and
But
this is
do
not
bowl
like the
games-
first year.
Do bowl games, are they even looked at the same anymore when you have 20 players opting out of each game?
They looked at. I mean, by the
No.
winning team, they're looked
Missouri
at. the same way. I mean,
had 15 players opt out.
Here's what I said. Look, I want to show you guys this. Give me just a minute. I want to show you this, and then we'll move on to the next
we're
quarter.
not giving
And
Indiana any credit, and I hope our players aren't thinking like that.
I know.
I give
I have
them
to be
credit
confident
for
they are.
winning their league, but you can't look at the records of the people in their league and then go, well, their records
They
don't matter.
just
because
beat
it's
Ohio
early.
State.
And
Okay,
who?
let's look at this.
Josh,
Check this out. Check this out real quick.
Okay, that's
Okay.
enough.
That's an
Look.
ACC team, by the way, guys.
So look, this is Missouri
Who played in
losing.
who played
Doesn't
the
matter.
ACC championship?
Doesn't matter.
It's an
That's the
ACC
second
They-
best team in the ACC.
And guess what? Missouri was
said.
supposed to be somebody. And so here's what I have to say about it. This is why the SEC gets clowned on during bowl season. I
Yeah.
hope my Tide shows up big in the Rose Bowl. A loss like this, though, you can't reframe it. You can reframe it any way you want to. To me, it's an embarrassment to our league to lose like this. Remember our catchphrase. Remember our tagline, our battle cry. In the SEC, it just means more until we have to make excuses why we don't perform in bowl season. You have recruiting classes, you have the next man up, and it doesn't mean more. It does not mean more because we do not perform as a league in the bowl season. If it meant more, we would win. And so LSU, Missouri, whoever else, they're not performing. So we can talk about, who opted out and who this and who that.
That
It's
matters.
still the team. It's the people that you've recruited. It's your program. It's your process. Look at how Alabama performed last year against Michigan, and nobody opted
Do
out.
y'all not think the other teams had players opt out? I mean, is this just like a one-sided thing? You don't think? You
I
don't think
highly
anybody-
doubt Virginia
hey,
had anybody opt
but,
out.
but you have to look at it.
It's Virginia.
But you have to look at it too as SEC teams aren't getting up for a bowl game against these.
Well, maybe
teams.
they should, Austin.
Then
Well,
it's a
I agree with
culture
that.
issue.
I agree with
It's
that.
a culture issue.
But bowl games aren't what they were 5 years ago.
But competitors want to play to win.
Just
They
like
they
all
have
the
pride
schools
in
who
something.
Said, hey, we're not playing in a bowl game because we didn't make the playoffs. That shouldn't even
Yeah.
be an option. That should not even be an option. Just because you're a sore loser, Notre Dame, because you didn't make your playoff that you think you deserve. Not saying you didn't or did or whoever, but like they should not even be allowed to opt out. I
Hey,
have a problem with
Virginia had 4 players opt out.
that. 4 out of Mizzou's. How many?
So what? You
I don't
said
think
I
they
highly
should
doubt
be-
they
I
had
don't-
anyone opt out.
I don't think that they. Well, that's just Virginia hate because Virginia and West Virginia don't like each other. But
Yeah,
anyway,
West Virginia's the
um,
best Virginia, you bunch of losers.
I don't think the players should be allowed to opt out unless they're like going in the draft. I know that's always been a thing, but like schools and players should not be allowed. Why is it not an honor anymore? Why is it not a privilege anymore just because you didn't make the playoffs?
Because now we have coaches that get fired for not going to the playoffs.
That's
So
true.
now the whole as a group, we've now decided that if it's not the college football playoff, it doesn't matter.
I miss.
I've got a
Which
I
I
miss
got a
the
solution for
thousands
that.
which
football.
goes to the players and the coaches.
I got a solution for that. We'll talk about it at another time. But we
Brian
as
Kriegel,
the BS
Brian Kriegel
podcast,
agrees with us, by the way.
yeah, the SEC is not as dominant as they were in the
they're
past.
not.
And SEC basketball is better than SEC football. Can't deny that right now. All right. So with that, that is the end of the first quarter. We are going to very quickly jump into a brief dashes on the board for the second quarter, and then we're going to bring our guest on. So we'll be right back after this.
Well, I don't have everything from press conferences because we've been having press conferences 2 or 3
Every
times
day.
a week, but we haven't heard from DeBoer since last week. So I'm just going to do a brief synopsis. The players are excited to play in the Rose Bowl. The coaches are excited to play in the Rose Bowl. They think Indiana's a good team. And I feel like they're taking them a lot more seriously than I am. So
I got to tell you, this feels like an SEC bowl game performance right here. I just got to say,
it does. I'm not opted out. I'm here going through the motions because I just can't believe I can't believe some of the things I just heard.
What was it?
I'm just shook
I would like to
core.
point out, since he's talking about the Rose Bowl, that Alabama's first appearance in a championship game was the Rose Bowl on January 1st in like 1926. So our appearance on Thursday will mark our 100th year of making an appearance, and I feel like that should be good juju for us. That we should win on Thursday.
I thought it was really interesting also that I guess that game was played against Washington. So we have Washington's former head coach, which is pretty neat. Austin, what were you going to say to Wild Bill?
Bill, was there TV then, or did y'all just listen to that game on the radio?
I'm gonna guess he was not alive, and that is
you don't
Uncle
made
Bill.
him mad.
Uncle Bill, you want me to clown him for you?
I can clown him.
You want me to clown him for you?
I know where he sleeps when he comes to my house.
All right. I'll lay off.
So anyway, the reason that I got into more backstory of that because people were talking about why is there a line in the fight song about the Rose Bowl, and it goes back to that first game, the first appearance for Alabama in the Rose Bowl, because. Which I don't have the history pulled up in front of me. I'm just going off what I remember from reading it. That was one of the first big games that a Southern team won, and Alabama was the team that did it. So that kind of put Southern football on the map. And so that is why the person who wrote the Alabama fight song included that.
And they went by train.
The information you didn't know you wanted or needed today. You're welcome.
And check this out. Brian Kriegel says, hey, we need a 12-team playoff and then another 12-team tournament and do away with the bowl games. And guess what? I'm going to be talking to this group. I have that is a process. I've been working for the last couple of months on what a college football playoff would look like if we went for the first 14 teams and then the next all the way up to 30 was an NIT style competition, so it meant something. And I've got a point system. Yep, I got a point system together, so we'll talk about that and then talk about bringing it maybe after the college football season is over to talk about that. So
it's a wrap. Somebody stole it.
No. There are layers to this onion. We'll just have layers. Okay, so we can finish up talking here, and then we will rock and roll into our guests. All right, what do we got? Hey, I know that Kyle Henderson had the audio listening to Kane Womack talk. Did you guys get to hear any of Kane's most recent press conference? I thought there were some great things in that particular address.
Yeah, I watched it while I was doing some other stuff the other day. Some of the things he talked about was the job they're going to have to do on defense as far as, bringing a ton of different looks and coverages. But one of the main things that he was excited about was he's coached a lot of bowl games and played in a lot of big games. But he said for him that the Rose Bowl is the one he's never been to and the one he's always wanted to go to. So this is like his Super Bowl. But I've got bits and pieces of it right here. Let me see.
No, I think that's great. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed listening to is that his dad is the creator of the swarm defense.
Yeah.
His dad invests the time and energy into him as they play the football game. He said after the game is over, his dad has game film on the following 1 or 2 or 3 teams that they play, I believe it was.
That's
And
cool.
I thought that was really cool. And then he almost gets instant feedback on on the game that they just played. And so I, like many of you guys, and everybody is starting to talk about it now. We were rooting for Kane Womack to get on a bus and leave town last year after the Michigan game. Matter of fact, we were probably screaming the same thing after that Florida State game. But I have yet.
Absolutely.
The defense operates. They're so impressive, as physical as they are, and I know we miss tackles. I think some of that missed tackle is due to how much time they spend on the field, because there's only so much. But I couldn't be more proud, and my hope is that Coach Grubb gets that second year bounce, much like Kane Womack did, as we get more, he gets more integrated with the football team, more of the recruits come in, and they just get to evolve within the group. I think it's the best of what we could ask for, especially if he makes that second year jump, and Alabama becomes so much more dangerous.
I look at it too as he's a year behind compared to Womack.
Yeah.
Because Kane's been here a year with the guys. He's had a year to implement. I mean, Ryan Grubb, he's not been here a full year. So I feel like that's made a difference, but I still think most of our issue has just been executing at times. Because we've seen him. I mean, Georgia was probably his best called game of the year. We've seen him in other games. Vanderbilt, that's a great called day. So, we've seen times where we've not had the trouble executing, where what he's calling has worked fine.
Well, too, I think part of the challenge that I brought up last year is, Nick Sheridan's challenges were limited by Milroe's ability to execute. And so it gets hard when your quarterback's in a slump. They're loyal to the guy, to the core, and our offensive line is having trouble protecting him, and then he's got happy feet and he's dancing all over the field. But something, the game that, I mean, aside from the first 3 and outs, which they're there, but for them to be resilient, for them to come back, and they had short fields, but I feel like they dominated a great defense, to score 27 points. And I know we had 34. That, one of those is a defensive touchdown. But
can
I
throw out some stats comparing Oklahoma and Indiana?
Yeah, go ahead, and then we will run on to the third quarter.
Okay. Let me see right here. Oklahoma is number 4 in third down completion percentage on defense. Indiana's number 3. Sorry, they're all Oklahoma's number 1 in red zone defense. Indiana's number 20. Oklahoma's number 2 in rushing defense. Indiana's number 3. Indiana's number 2 in scoring defense. They give up right around 11 points a game. Oklahoma's number 8. Let's see. Oklahoma's number 1 in team sacks. Indiana's number 8. Oklahoma's number 1 in tackles for loss. Indiana's number 2. Total defense. Indiana's number 4. Oklahoma's number 8. Total offense. And this is just, I've got a lot of stats from just other teams we've played. Total offense, Tennessee is number 4. Indiana's number 8. So just a comparison to somebody we've already played. At that time when we played them, Tennessee was the number 1 offense in the country.
Well said. And I do think, like Josh said, there is a significant amount of rain going on. So that's gonna add a layer of difficulty for both football teams. So we'll have to see who's most prepared. But for now, We're going to go to the second quarter, which is actually the third quarter, but I don't have an interim graphic or video for that. So we'll just use what we have. And then Amber, in the moment here in this next 21 seconds, can you look for a layout that will allow us to add 2 more people to the program? Thank you.
This is the second quarter of the BS Podcast. Roll Tide.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third quarter of the BS Podcast today in this college football preview of the Rose Bowl. So without further ado, we're going to bring our guest on. I see Mr. Matt Willingham. He's here. Matt, welcome to the program.
Matt!
Yes, sir. Yo, what's up? How you doing, Amber and Austin and the rest of the crew?
Yeah, I see. I'm number 2. I appreciate that.
Well, she
Yes.
shouted me out first.
Tell us, Matt, tell us who you are and what you do, my man.
So yeah, my name is Matt Willingham, and I live in Indiana. I am not a Hoosier fan,
No.
and I've known Amber and Austin because we worked together back in the day, and I'm a pastor on staff at a great church here in Indiana.
Excellent. And with that, I'm going to bring on our other guest. I don't see him. I see his background, but I'm going to try to bring him on and see if he's there. John, are you with us?
Trying to get it to work.
Well-
I'm not sure why it's not showing me at all.
Well, that's okay. We see your voluptuous background. Tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is John. It's my first time ever doing anything like this, so apologize if I get a little caught off guard.
Hey, don't worry. We're not good at it either.
No, and I've been a Utes fan. My whole life, but yeah, there's not much to it for me. So
He's a soldier, a CrossFit soldier out there in Utah, getting it done, baby. What about it?
Hey, I
Man.
think John's had a
I'm
little too much of that so delicious place.
I'm really.
He's
just kidding.
cross. He's
I'm,
cross fit, and I'm cross fat.
No, they drink a lot of soda in Utah.
Yeah, that might be a particular denomination that makes that really popular.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's actually true. It's the Mormons, y'all. That's the elephant in the room.
Oh, I thought he was going. I thought he was talking about Baptists.
It's a whole thing, dude. Dude, it's a thing. There are freaking drive-throughs of all kinds of different soda shops,
Right.
and they have like thousands of flavors. And these people are addicted to it like crack, dude. 'cause
No,
they
that's
can't
crazy.
drink
It's called a dirty soda.
Man.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh.
dirty soda because they can't drink coffee. But their teachers don't say that they can't
That
have
they can't have.
cold caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
And my thought's like, well, just drink an ice cold brew.
that
over.
makes sense. Let's.
That makes sense where dirty soda came from. I think it's gross, but anyway.
Well, I'm.
As
never
I'm
tried
drinking decaf coffee sitting here.
Yeah.
Well, as we get into this particular quarter here, Matt, I heard that you yourself are going to be going to the Rose Bowl, so we would love to hear from you on what your thoughts are and what you expect being out there in California, sir.
Yeah, I just found out a few days ago. A buddy of mine shocked me and said, "Hey, we're getting tickets, so we're headed out." I will be in my Alabama gear from head to toe
Bring a
because
poncho. Bring a
I am
poncho.
originally from Alabama. I will need a poncho because I did see the weather report, and I'm expecting. Now, listen, I live in Big Ten country. Where I'm at. South Bend is 45 minutes away from me. Bloomington is 3.5 hours south. So all I'm hearing is number one, the Notre Dame fans crying, and number two, the IU fans saying how they're going to manhandle me and manhandle Alabama. So I'm fully aware of what the critics are saying, fully aware of what the point spread is, and all the fun stuff that's being said. I'm expecting a good game. I'm expecting Alabama to come out and control the tempo. I think the run game, particularly with the weather, right, with everything going on, I think the run game is probably going to be a lot more important than maybe what it has been even here recently to what we wanted to see. and I think Alabama's going to control the game. I think it's going to be a dogfight for sure. And I'm hoping Caleb DeBoer makes the tough calls that we're going to need to make, and we come out with a close win. So,
Yeah, I totally agree. We're on board with that analysis there. Now, one thing I want to point out is that you should have bought a poncho after the college football playoff selection, being so close to South Bend with all that crying that's going on, to keep yourself protected from those Irish tears.
Hands down, bro. Half of the people that I'm around every Sunday, about half of them are Notre Dame fans, and half of them are IU fans, and all of them are rooting for Alabama to get destroyed.
Notre Dame fans hadn't cried this much since the Pope died.
Straight up.
They may have cried just as much when we defeated Manti Te'o in the Notre Dame faithful.
Him and his girlfriend.
I was sitting in a room full of Notre Dame fans during that game, and I loved every minute of it. So
that's excellent. Will this be your first trip to the Rose Bowl?
This is, I've never been to the Rose Bowl, so it's a kind of a bucket list thing. I had a great buddy that kind of really hooked us up, so it's going to be a pretty cool event. Not my first Alabama game by any means, but definitely my first. I went to the national. I unfortunately was at the national championship game a few years ago when they played Georgia in Indy, and because I'm about 2.5 hours from Indianapolis, so I was unfortunately there at that game when they lost. But this will be my first time catching a game at the Rose Bowl, so pretty excited about this.
This isn't your first trip to California, though, right?
No, actually,
you've been to California. Is it?
Yeah, I think I've never been to Cali either.
As soon as you get there, everybody probably on this call knows what I'm about to say. You got to go straight to In-N-Out. You can't.
You know what?
Yeah, baby.
The gentleman that is making it happen and taking us out there, he said, "Have you ever been to In-N-Out?" I said, "No, I haven't." He said, "That's the first place we're going to."
They
so we
just
will be going.
opened 3 in Tennessee, and that's all I asked for my birthday. We're driving 2 hours to go to In-N-Out tomorrow.
Are you flying into LAX?
We are flying into LA, and I think we're technically staying in Beverly Hills.
Ooh, bougie.
Oh my! How poor?
I am not bougie. The guy
when you get off the plane, don't look around too much, because the last time my wife flew to LAX, the bum pulled his wiener out and was flashing it to her. So that might happen. Be ready for the prices of food and all that. So
I appreciate the heads up on that.
That literally happened in September. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is if y'all are going to stay in Beverly Hills, then I anticipate you're probably going to be flying into Burbank, so you'll be a little bit better off. So hopefully you're flying into Burbank and not LA.
You're Gucci if you fly into Burbank. Yeah.
No,
now,
I'll be honest, I have no idea where we're flying in. I just know we're going. So
when I fly in over there, I land in Bakersfield, where there's about 14 people getting off another plane.
That's nice. That's a great place.
Burbank is the cheat code.
When I fly to California, I don't know where I'm ending up because all my flights get canceled when I go. So
Burbank, flying to Burbank.
Well, we in Roll Tide, Aunt Cindy, thanks for commenting on the program here.
Hello, Mother.
Amber had a great experience out in California. She went to my wife's cousin's tanning salon there, just I don't know, less than a block from Rodeo Drive, and then she got to meet, was it Nick Lachey?
We got to meet Nick Lachey.
What? Let's go.
Yeah, and he's somewhere telling a story to people that he got to meet the Moran brothers. What about it, Joshy? Anyway.
Hey, I will say, I think I got tackled by Chrissy Teigen that night.
And live to tell about it.
Right. It's kind of weird because all that controversy came out with them and all that, but she was dressed up as a basketball player, right?
Josh, was that at a Diddy party?
I can find our pictures from
that was her, dude. She tackled me because I stole the ball from her.
Was that at a Diddy party, Josh?
We were not at a Diddy party.
I'll tell you what, it might as well be, because I go to take a piss, and Jennifer's husband at the time follows me in there and starts trying to cross swords with me and pee.
Who's Jennifer?
Jeannie's cousin.
He was an ex-hockey player, but you could tell that nothing but cocaine and sex had been going on in that bathroom.
Whoa.
What? I'm serious.
There were things going on there. So
I'm 100%
switching,
serious. I'm not joking. Anyways, that's what happened.
shifting gears,
I'll brought up
moving
Nick
on
to
from.
say,
I don't know what we're even talking about anymore. This is
Moving on
We
from
have-
sword fighting, let's
We went down the
Let's-
rabbit trail hard.
yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did,
we went
we
from
did.
the Pope to cocaine real
Quincy,
quick.
You brought it up, okay?
well, I didn't necessarily think I was going to get that dose, but it's true.
Yeah,
You and probably have other tales of sword fighting you can tell later.
No, I
But
don't.
John,
No, I don't. I
um,
didn't sword fight with him.
John, I know this is the BS podcast, but we're very, very interested. Very interested, I am anyway, in understanding what the vibe is in Utah as we take a pause talking about the Rose Bowl. What's the vibe out there in Utah with your former coach going up to Michigan, a team that we actually all on this podcast loathe? Well, I can't speak for Matt, but I can't speak for everybody
do.
else. None of us
I do
like
love Michigan
yes.
as well.
So, we're good there. Nobody here likes Michigan. The program is an absolute dumpster fire. It's actually worse than a dumpster fire, but I don't know what the next phase of dumpster fire is.
Not even
So-
Sharon Moore likes Michigan after all that crap he just pulled.
My position is that your former coach is a man of character, and he's going to go up there and at least get them on the right foot to get them straightened out. So, what are your thoughts about what's the vibe out there in Utah aside from dirty sodas?
Well, it kind of depends on who you ask. You've kind of more or less, if you have the fans that are more, let's say, loyal to the university or more loyal to the coach, to Coach Witt himself. There's a few people that think he was forced out, and the university kind of did him dirty. And then you've got others that are just kind of more on the side of he was going to retire, but then the whole thing with Sharon Moore happened. And so they kind of just made him an offer that he can't refuse. He has been saying for the last couple of years that, and, kind of hinting at retirement. Obviously, after the dumpster fire of the season that we had last year, he couldn't go out on a note like that. But with a lot of, and then the other kind of the vibe or the, I guess, coincidence is we had that big capital investment fund they had where we merged with a private equity firm, which actually got the university athletics a deal of like $500 million.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So I can't remember the name of the equity. It's some kind of private equity firm for profit. They are going to take over all of the University of Utah, like advertising for the athletics, advertising, ticket sales, all of that stuff. The exact details of how it all works, I'm not 100% sure, but I know a lot of people, they also said that that group came in and kind of inadvertently caused the university to want to push him out. So on the vibe, it really just kind of depends on who you ask, I guess. And there's really, I think majority of the fans are kind of just hoping that we don't go into some kind of dark mode for the next couple of years and just kind of go down the, down the crapper. But as for me, I mean, I'm nervous. I'm excited for a new chapter, new fresh eyes. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't kind of, heartbroken in a way, after watching him counting, not counting head coaching, but counting assistant coaching and him being a coordinator and head coaching. He's been on the staff for 31 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't even alive yet. Wow.
You what?
I wasn't even alive yet. That's crazy.
Hush.
I mean, I actually remember watching the very first game I ever went to was their final home game when Urban Meyer was still our head coach.
Oh, wow.
The year we won the year we run, the year that we won the Fiesta Bowl against Pitt. And then it was the next season. It was the 2004 season that Witt took over at the helm, and he's been there ever since. So it was kind of a hard thing for me to accept, I guess, at first.
Yeah, and he had been there, from what I understand, as head coach. Was it 21 seasons?
Yep. This last season was his 21st season, and to leave, I think, my opinion, it kind of stung to have him leave like he did, to have to leave like he did before he even coaches our own bowl game, because he's coaching Michigan in their bowl game. That's why, me personally, if I had to put money on it, I think the university may have done something shady
To push him out. Yeah.
But I've never been a coach. I don't know any of that side of stuff. So,
well, not that I wouldn't equate him to being the GOAT, but you have some fans on this particular program that had, arguably the greatest coach of all time leave after, almost 20 years. And so we know a little bit about that transition and how how uncomfortable that can be. So yeah. I certainly appreciate you sharing your thoughts there. And when it comes to one of the things I wanted to know about, and another reason I brought you on, and then we'll get back to Alabama football locally there, was he a man of character like he presented himself to be? Was he a man of strong character there in the community?
Oh yeah. 100%. There was kind of the whole saying of, in Witt we trust. I've got a T-shirt that has his picture on it. Up and down I-15 here in Salt Lake, they've got billboards that, saying, thank you. They've got billboards honoring him. But yeah, he definitely was. Talking to other people, their fans, family, with Michigan being plagued like they have with from Harbaugh, the potential cheating scandals to what's going on now. I was thinking about, like, not once in the tenure of his career has he ever been accused of cheating. Not once during the whole COVID. It seemed like everybody, during COVID, somebody, slipped up and was talking to recruits when they weren't supposed to, but not once did that it was ever brought to light, at least, that he had any kind of scandal. I mean, now, if anybody ever says they've never tried to cheat, they're probably lying to you, but
yeah,
he's not trying.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was very well regarded as a family man, very, very well regarded as probably one of them dirty soda drinkers. But they might not have enough of them in Michigan, in Ann Arbor for him. But
well, that's one reason that it's one reason I never want Michigan to win. That might change a little bit. I never want them to beat Alabama, but I think just in our current climate, our current culture that we have, we need strong leadership, and college football is a place where that is on display. And a man of character, a man of conviction. Somebody's got to do something there to get that program. It's one of the most historical programs in the country, and it has been plagued, and it is by their own choices, and it's a culture issue there. So hopefully he can go there and he can make some changes there. So thanks for sharing that with us on the Utah Utes.
I will say that I kind of secretly have to be a Michigan bandwagon fan, at least for the next couple of years, regardless of what the actual story. Regardless of what the actual story is.
Get him off.
Regardless of whatever actually happened, I'd love to see him. I'd love nothing more than to see him be successful at Michigan.
I would just like to talk about Nick Lachey in an afro wig. But anyway.
Wait, you guys want to talk about that party again?
No. Wave it off.
Any more details?
I was trying to find pictures of all of us from that party, and for some reason I can't find them. But you know what I can find?
So you
While-
brought it up. I said
While you were
details. I
taking
get
that
in
picture,
trouble.
Josh was in the bathroom doing cocaine.
I get in trouble. I did not do cocaine, and I'm not in Hollywood's bathroom. Are you kidding me? I wasn't trying to get raped. However you want to see this go.
Whoa.
Well, now we're
Well,
gonna get censored
They
by
brought it up
Facebook for
again.
using the
Okay,
R
now I'm
word.
the bad guy again.
That was my
Well,
first
here's,
trip to California, and it was a great time. I'm just going to throw that out there.
It was a great time. We really enjoyed it. Now, so here's what we want to do. We're gonna make it over to the fourth quarter. Any of our guests that would like to stay and would like to make their pick with Indiana and Alabama, feel free to do so.
Oh, yeah.
I
they
love
got to make a prediction.
All right. Well, it's time
My
now, ladies and
prediction is
gentlemen.
Josh will go to another Diddy party.
I've never been to a Diddy party. I'm not important enough, and I would have
Stop
said
bringing
no.
up the parties.
Matt can do
All right,
this.
ladies and gentlemen.
Matt, you got to go into the church tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be in the office tomorrow. Yes, sir.
Make your prediction and post it on y'all's thing and ask where Notre Dame.
I don't
That's
think
what
he
game
needs
they're
to do
playing in.
that. I
I'll
don't
do it.
think he
I'll
needs
do
to
it.
do
I'll plaster right on the front sign.
There you go.
That's the way to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's
That's
time
my
now
kinda
for the
church
fourth
sign right
quarter. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Man versus Marriage, the podcast. Do you want to be a better man, a better husband, a better lover? Come on over to Man versus Marriage, the podcast. We are here for you. Let's get ready to rumble.
3, 2, 1.
Roll Tide, everybody. It's time now for the fourth quarter. We're going to talk a little bit about what Alabama's going to face out on the West Coast as we get prepared to win the quarterfinals against the Indiana Hoosiers. Let's go, baby. It's time now. So, hey, I got a few things I want to show you guys. A little bit of head-to-head. So I have no idea how this graphic is going to lay out. It's probably just going to cover everybody, but bear with me.
Yep.
Here we go. We're going to look at some head-to-head matchups with our quarterbacks, our running backs, our wide receivers, our linebackers, and our leading tacklers. So if we look here, we got Ty Simpson for 293 for 457, 28 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, 3,500 passing yards. Mr. Mendoza, Mr. Heisman Trophy winner, 226 for 316, 33 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Whew. We're hoping that he's going to leave the night with 10 interceptions and a loss to Alabama. What's interesting here is, Jam Miller, 130 carries, 3 touchdowns for 504 yards. How many games did that guy miss? So you have Hemby here, running back for Indiana, 176 carries, 6 touchdowns, 918 yards. So very interesting stat there. The next thing you know is you look at the wide receiver core. Jeremy Bernard, our leading receiver, 60 receptions, 7 touchdowns, 802 yards. And you look at Cooper for the Indiana Hoosier, 58 receptions, 11 touchdowns, 804 yards. So he does have more touchdowns. He does have 2 more yards receiving. But I don't know what the targets look like for Indiana and if there's as much competition wide receiver range or not. Yanzi Pierre, 6.5 sacks compared to Hardy, has 8 sacks. In our leading tacklers, I just want to point out to Wild Bill one more time, Deontay Lawson, our leading tackler at 76 tackles for Hardy, linebacker for the Indiana Hoosiers at 87 tackles. So another thing I want to talk about real quick is the last 5 games. Of course, Alabama beats OU on the road in the playoffs, 34-24, after being down 17-0, with loss to Georgia in a blowout. Beat Auburn 27-20, beat EIU 56-0, and then lost to Oklahoma 23-21 in a game that Alabama thoroughly gave away. Josh and I were at that game with our wives, and we were thoroughly disappointed. Now, if you look at Indiana's last 5 games, they did beat Ohio State 13-10. They beat Purdue 56-3. They beat Wisconsin 31-7. They beat Penn State 27-24. And then they played Maryland. Actually, I don't even think Maryland showed up, 55-10. But if we look at an expanded view here, and this isn't going to matter as much, we just want to take a look at some of the things that Austin was talking about earlier. We look at their opponents. August the 30th, they started out against a powerhouse named Old Dominion. You guys might not have heard of them, but they're a great band. They sing great songs for country music, and apparently they play football. Not well, because although they did score 14 points.
There's only about 6 of them, so I could understand why they'd get beat.
That's true. It was still 27-14. And then they played another powerhouse, Kennesaw State. Beat them 56-9. Then they played another powerhouse, Indiana State, 73-0 was that score. And then they played
I would say that Larry Bird was probably very upset about that one.
Yeah, true. Maybe true or not. I'm not sure.
Well, that's
then they played.
So
at that time, they played number 9 Illinois. Was that the basketball team, Illinois, or the football team? 63-10, they beat them. Now, I don't know where Illinois ranked at the final ranking of the season. Then they played Iowa. They beat Iowa 20-15. Then they played Oregon. And look, that was at Iowa and then at Oregon. And they beat Oregon 30-20. I think that's a signature win for Indiana.
Yeah.
They played Michigan State, beat them 38-13. They played UCLA. Does UCLA still have a football team? Anyway, they beat them 56-6. We know about the Maryland score. We know about the Penn State score. We know about the Wisconsin score. And then they played Purdue. Was that Purdue's basketball team? Was it their lacrosse team? I'm not sure, but they smoked them.
That score.
So what can we judge by that? Not a whole lot of anything, because you got to play the team that's on the field. What does that mean? That means they may be healthier than Alabama because they don't play the same hard level of competition.
What?
I'll just remind you.
What'd you just say?
Did Quincy just say what you've been saying the whole time?
I mean, wow.
I said it
earlier. You said the prediction was so good.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, well, what about the records of the teams we played? Did you go through those?
So then we'll go and we're gonna look at that. Alabama started the season against a powerhouse called Florida State, who beat us 31-17, and then went on to drive off a cliff, the same cliff that Austin wanted Coach DeBoer to walk off.
And we lost to that team. So where's our cockiness coming from?
That team also has like the 5th best offense in the country. So they
just stop it, Austin.
Okay,
just stop.
Okay. Josh is doing cocaine again. Carry on.
Alabama fans got cocky because we won 8 in a row. If you take ULM off the board, we still won 7 in a row. Now, I don't know what's going on at Oklahoma. For some reason, we don't beat them in the regular season. We beat them in the postseason, but whatever.
Hey,
but
it makes it sweeter when you beat them when it matters.
Game 2 was against Duck Dynasty in UL Monroe, 73-0. We both played Wisconsin evenly, 38-14 for the Tide. Then you look at the next game of the season, we played number 5 Georgia, beat them 24-21. And I would say, arguably, that's when we started to see some of the demise of the Crimson Tide offense, because in the second half, we didn't score anything, and we still beat Georgia. Then you look at the game against Vanderbilt, 30-14. That was a must-win game, and we had so many of those over the course of the season. We beat Missouri 27-24, which doesn't look as good now because they just went and lost to Virginia. Then we played Tennessee, the emerging of Sabian Brown.
Remember, Missouri was the toughest team we were going to play when it came to every team on this run here. It was, this is the toughest team for Bama. This is the toughest team for Bama. It was every game. So we can't say, oh, Missouri just lost, because the media and whoever else, but it was definitely the media, kept saying, Alabama ain't played nobody as tough as Missouri. I'm sorry, we beat Georgia. We beat Vandy. But now Mizzou is the hardest team we're going to play. And then it was the same thing the next week. Tennessee is the toughest team Alabama is going to play. It's stupid. They need to stop saying all this stupid crap and just leave us alone. That's why Alabama fans are cocky, because we won 8 games in a row after they kept saying we couldn't win any of these games.
Go ahead, Josh.
Go to what you have to say about I had to go on mute to cough. This is why preseason rankings matter, and they're kind of stupid because
They're very stupid.
ESPN has a contract with the SEC, so naturally they want ratings, they want money, they want more college football playoff games with the SEC. So we're going to have a lot of teams ranked in that top 25 to start. So all the games you play are based off of that. So of course Missouri was 5-0 when we were playing them. They literally hadn't played anybody. Like all these teams fizzled out at the end and look like crap now. So we can't sit here and say our schedule's this, their schedule's that. It's about where you start the season, and it's all about the number next to your logo, and that's just the way it is. And if you can't say that's true, you're not being honest. Because,
no, I agree with that, but you can also look at what teams have done in a season. When Tennessee still ended up, they had 4 losses, and I think they had 4 losses, and who did they get beat by? Alabama, Oklahoma, Georgia, 3 of the top teams in the SEC. So you can't say they had a bad year when the best teams in the conference are the
I was talking about Missouri.
ones to beat them. Okay, Missouri too, a team plagued by injuries, and one of the best rushing offenses in the country that we held in check.
Okay.
Well, I guess what would be interesting,
they had 2 quarterbacks go out for most
our
of the year, John.
We all know it's our offense I have problems with.
Well, if you think about this, aside from Georgia, withstanding Georgia, after each of those teams played Alabama and I guess Auburn, they sort of went on a skid, and their season was not the same. So maybe that's the effect of that. Maybe that's the effect that we have. And we defied the odds in OU, and I think what I would say about this team now, which part of our gripe was, hey, they have their destiny in their hands. They dropped the game, to Oklahoma. They almost lose the game to Auburn. Then they get down 17-0, and something changed. And so we can only hope. And I believe that this football team knows what's at stake. They know what everybody is saying about them. They know what Indiana is saying about them. So it comes down to me, to your credit, Austin, it comes down to a matter of, are you prepared to execute? Because that to me is one of the things that is most challenging for me, in this football game. The questions that I have for Alabama, then I'll go around the horn and then we'll talk about your scores. The questions for me is this: Alabama has struggled with consistency on offense. Our liabilities are our offensive line. Ty Simpson's hot feet, because there are just times where he gets hot feet, doesn't make checkdowns, throws the ball poorly. Our play calling has been a liability. I don't know if you guys would agree or disagree with that. And then the thing that hurts it the most, the thing that stands out the most, even though we are a more disciplined team from a penalty standpoint, is our lack of execution, whether that's the offensive line, whether that's the wide receiver core, or whether that is our running back core, because we've been able to see that the offensive line they are making seams on particular plays, and our running backs haven't had the vision. So with that being said, do we execute? Do we catch the football? Do we catch it on down and distance when we need it the most? We are back healthy. I think Indiana's going to be very healthy. I think they have some very challenging wide receivers for us to cover defensively, but I have a lot of faith in this defense if our offense can sustain drives. So I'm going to come to you, Amber, from your perspective. What is Alabama's biggest liability?
Ryan Williams.
I'm not going to disagree with you there.
I'm not going on anything you just said. We all know the offensive line. It can be a liability. We know our run game is, but our play calling has also been a problem. I'm not going based on those things, because if you open the BS chat, we've all ranted about those things numerous times.
Right.
For some reason, and I'll say our receivers in general, that sometimes they just don't catch the ball. If it's going to be raining, maybe we shouldn't even throw to Ryan Williams at this point.
Hey,
Like maybe he
maybe
shouldn't play.
maybe Ryan Williams should stop carrying around that T-Rex stuffed animal in a football more often, and he'll be
I've
all
been,
right.
I've been saying that all year.
I bet he could catch that.
Yeah.
Soft mentality.
If there's a drum that's been beat over and over again during this program and in the Bama hotline,
Josh broke that one.
it is Josh is preaching that particular. He's evangelizing that, and I can't say that I disagree with that particular portion of it because I get it. I get being eclectic. I get wanting to be different, but that's not working.
He is the agenda of feminization of men it's out there for you to see it, and that's just the way it is.
Tell it like you think it is, Josh.
That's the way it is.
I do not disagree with that particular take. The fingernail painting. I don't know where I stand on that. I'm not going to paint my fingernails, but something is happening there, and something is going on with Ryan Williams.
Of men, exactly.
That is a big problem.
Used to only rock stars could get away with it. Now it's just random dudes just painting their fingernails.
I saw a report last week that said that little LSU's trying to get him. I'm like,
let him go.
Have him. Y'all can have him.
Yeah. And what's frustrating, he'll go and have
Cam
20
Coleman
touchdowns.
No, I'll take Cam.
That's what's frustrating. He'll go and be the rock star he was supposed to be.
We'll just take Cam Coleman. Swap him out.
Did Isaiah Bond turn out to be a major producer for Texas?
You know what? You are correct.
Or not.
Austin Dash.
He's on the ground.
Austin Dash, your biggest liability for Alabama before we pick scores.
I don't know that it's a liability, but I think the two biggest guys to watch in this game are Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson. The guy
that's a reach.
Okay. No.
Thank you for that profound.
Yeah, thank you. No, because I want to throw out a stat here, and we're gonna act like this stat is not important because the Big Ten is king of everything. But 27.
That had to be somebody from West Virginia made that statement.
Yeah. Okay. Don't even want to hear it.
Go ahead, Austin.
This stat: 27 of 33 touchdowns that Fernando Mendoza had was against Kennesaw State, Indiana State, Illinois, Michigan State, UCLA, Wisconsin, and Purdue. The other 6 touchdowns were against Iowa, Oregon, Penn State, Maryland, and Ohio State. He combined for 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in those games.
So what you're saying is
he's the Heisman. He's the Heisman winner. But
did anyone do the reverse of Ty Simpson? Because I'd be interested to see that.
I would love to have that.
No, nobody did that on just the Heisman.
All right,
winner.
what are the stats, Austin? I'll try to pull that up.
And then
Look,
he
won the Heisman. He's clean. He fires his team up. He's a great leader. This ain't gonna be easy.
I like Fernando Mendoza. I don't have a problem with him, but that stat right there bothers me. You're
trying to discredit him and say that he did it. He didn't perform as well against the stiffer competition.
I'm saying the best teams in the mighty Big Ten that you've talked about are the teams he had 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
That's what's supposed to happen.
You're supposed to.
They still won every game.
Josh, he's saying that against the worst competition, he performed poorly.
He's saying against the worst competition, he performed his best, and against the best competition, he performed poorly. That's what Austin said.
Yes, I am.
He did not perform poorly. He just had lower numbers, which is going to happen against better teams.
It is going to happen. All right, so let's talk to Matt. Matt, what is your biggest concern or Alabama's biggest liability going into the Rose Bowl?
I'm the voice of reason here. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's because you're not. I'm not listening to you cocaine junkie.
I would say I'm not going to get on my soapbox on this, but the thing that makes me the most nervous, like definitely we can talk about the drop balls, things of that nature. I struggle, and what makes me nervous is going to be, I guess, playing off of the play calling, but it's going to be the head coaching, because I think there's been times this season where I was looking for Caleb DeBoer to make some calls or some switches, right?
Yeah.
We know in the past, had Nick Saban been coaching Todd Simpson, there'd have been games he would have been pulled,
Yeah.
and we could have been looking at another quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that makes me the most nervous is if push comes to shove, and there needs to be a drastic change. Does Caleb DeBoer have the guts to make the tough calls that's going to need to be made?
Yeah.
Can I push
I line
back
up with that.
1 second and ask something?
Of course you can.
Some of those games where I wanted Ty pulled too, he won the game in the fourth quarter. So that's where I'm like, okay, is that good coaching for Kalen DeBoer to know that when it matters, Ty Simpson can win the ball game?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But I think it's still there was moments where, or maybe it wasn't pulling the tie, but you could see like, hey, why are we not running the ball more? Or hey, we've been running the ball and it's working to set up the pass, and all of a sudden we've abandoned the run. Now we're just passing. So again, we know, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But the old coaching staff, he would have been in that headset screaming, his rear off, saying, "Hey, we're running the ball right now. This is working."
He would have broke so many headsets.
Oh, hands down. And I think sometimes they try to get too cute.
Yep.
Versus just we know we can do this, and we're going to go do this. Try to stop us. And so,
it's normally when we're in a rhythm that we try to get cute.
Yeah,
that's what's
absolutely.
sticked me off all year.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. I think too we've been too predictable because Josh and I watch the games, most of the games together, and we'll sort of call what's going to happen. Josh is really good at it as well, and it's like, okay, Josh, if I can figure out what our offense is getting ready to do, so can those very highly paid coordinators.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you. We didn't see it happen. We didn't see it happen last year with Milroe when there were times that Milroe needed to be pulled. So I don't think that's a page in Kalen DeBoer's playbook. I think he's loyal. He can be loyal to a fault. To Austin's credit, Ty did come back and win some of those games, but we also lost 3 games. So could there have been something even in the SEC championship? What's the pain here? And maybe it would have reflected negatively on us. I don't know. But Wild Bill, your thoughts on what our liabilities are, our biggest liability from your perspective when we go into the Rose Bowl?
Josh Moran, first of all.
Yep, Josh, got it.
I'm a liability.
No, you don't watch football games with Austin Dash. Austin Dash is a liability.
I do have a question. Mendoza transferred in, correct?
From Cal, yeah.
How many years was he the starter at Cal?
He started, I think, 1 year.
I don't know. I'm asking y'all.
I don't know. I think
he started 1 year and he killed it, but I can go look.
Second.
Okay, how many years has Ty been a starting quarterback in Alabama?
He's been one year, sir.
Well, if he was a starting quarterback 1 year or 2 years prior to coming to Indiana, he's been used to being a starting quarterback. Correct?
Man, we've played 14 games. Ty should be used to it.
No.
That's not what he's asking. He's asking about before this season.
I'm just wondering what's the point.
But Mendoza had been a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Ty was put into this, and then we get these guys hurt. Matt lives up in Indiana. He hears all this stuff. How many years has Indiana been relevant in college football?
No, 2. That's
2.
it. Last year, this year.
2.
Okay, what's the point here?
It really bothers my dad that some kind of hanky crap's going on up in Indiana for them to be good.
Cignetti is a good coach. He didn't just appear at Indiana. He was murdering it and didn't even want to leave JMU, dude. Like, he didn't just roll out of bed and start coaching.
And he is doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
How many national championships has Indiana won?
Doesn't matter. They might have one this year. He could. Look, the dude sounds like Saban when he talks. When he's interviewed.
I'm through, Quinn. Go ahead.
Okay. I think to answer your question, Indiana has won 0 national championships, and they have won as many national championships as Alabama has since 2021. And we need to rectify that. So
He played 2 years at Cal, by the way.
2 years. Oh wow.
Yeah, very
so
good
with that,
God.
all right. And our final request here from Josh Moran: what is our biggest liability? And then we are going to get into the picks.
I made Uncle Bill mad, but he was asking us questions, so we were answering them. He's
No,
literally,
you wasn't.
you were literally asking the question, and I was answering it. There was no point.
There was a point, but you won't shut the frick up.
I'm going to take my time and let him say his point.
No, I'm through.
All right, Josh, what is our biggest liability?
Can we make picks?
Our biggest liability is our fans that are cocky. That's our biggest liability, and I hope our team isn't the same way. I mean, we're sitting here acting like just because Indiana hasn't done it that they can't do it. Like that sounds like the point you were trying to get to after the 42 questions you asked us, and then got mad and stopped talking about it. So
did they go to Columbus and beat Ohio State?
They beat Ohio State.
Did they go to Columbus and beat Ohio State?
No, they beat them. No, they didn't play them in Columbus.
Did we go to Athens, Georgia, and beat Georgia?
Yes.
Okay.
Still, I'm waiting on the point.
I think he's just trying to make the point that
we're better than Indiana and we're going to win. What is it then?
People are trying to say that Alabama isn't as good as Indiana.
We're not. We're the underdog.
Alabama fans are even saying that.
Guys, we're not.
Please explain to me why my husband
they
was
are 13 and 0.
I have Alabama picked to win this
They
game.
are 13 and 0. I'm picking them to win too, but that doesn't mean that they're not the number one team in the country and they don't deserve it. I picked Alabama to win every game. I'm not going to ever pick them to lose. So I'm a homer. But if you're looking at it, you're taking your homer glasses off and you look at it, they've had a very impressive season. And there's nothing you can say to discredit it.
Big Ten is amazing.
There's nothing to discredit it. Kurt Signetti has done a great job.
15 times, guys. The
Kurt
timer
Signetti
has
done a great job at Indiana, and there's nothing you can say to discredit it. Nothing.
Well,
we have to go in there and take care of business as the underdog.
I agree. And in this instance, I have to once again agree with Josh. The games we lost. The games we lost, we were supposed to win. Were we not?
I'm sorry I'm saying things that are true. My bad.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You may not want to hear it,
That's
but
my brother.
the games.
With him.
Okay. I'm about to mute everybody.
I'm probably the last person that will agree with him just because he's my brother. I have to say
that's very true. I'm just saying.
Yeah, unless it comes to the Big Ten and their wonderful group of teams.
I do think we do have to. Now, listen, I'm not an IU fan by any means, but I think what he's saying is true. You do it last year, all right, maybe it's a fluke. You do it 2 years in a row, you better be getting some people's attention with how good you are.
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct. I agree with that.
So,
But go ahead, Matt.
But
they don't make
I would say though, there's more pressure on Indiana to win than Alabama because Indiana's never won.
1,000%. I totally agree with that. But I think what the coach has done and is doing to change that culture is more than just a fluke season or more than like the Deion Sanders effect when he first went to Colorado. I mean, what he's established at IU, as much as I hate it because all I hear about it anymore, but 2 years in a row has to make you stop and say, okay, this dude is doing something right, and they are a serious team.
I will admit right now I had already planned to root for Indiana if Alabama didn't make it. So
Heck no.
Indiana and Ole Miss, that's who I was going to be rooting for.
That's too much.
Here's what I'll say before we make the picks, just to make a point. The Big 12 was garbage. We got their best two teams, and they've done a great job competing in the SEC. So we could talk all day about, it's a 4-team conference. But the thing is that whoever they played on, who was on the field, they were. Whoever they played on the field, they won. Alabama had games that they were supposed to win, and not just this season, but last season, because we were screaming about losing to unranked opponents. We didn't get the job done. So as far as the record goes, I know strength of schedule is different. They're a better team, but to your credit, Austin, they are now going to feel the pressure of being the hunted instead of the hunter. And there is a difference.
And I want to say, too, Something about Kalen DeBoer. I saw a stat today against top 25 teams. He is 19-3. So we need to remember that Alabama plays their best. I mean, we've had the moments where we've played bad against good teams. Georgia, we had 11 guys out in the SEC championship. We had a game plagued with turnovers that Oklahoma came in and dominated. But other than those two, Kalen DeBoer's teams get up for the best teams and struggle with the teams they're supposed to destroy. So, that's one thing that gives me a little confidence going into this game is Kalen DeBoer's best comes out when they play their best teams.
That's a great point, and I will add to that saying what gives me confidence is that the fans are not playing the game on either side. It is going to be the football team. So with that, it's time now to get the pick'ems done. I'm going to start with the champion of the 2025 season, Mrs. Amber Dash. What is the score for the Rose Bowl on
And
January
she always
1st?
just wings it. That's what stresses me out.
Do I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's written down when we start, and it's just whatever happens. Do I get a prize for winning?
You do. We're going to figure it out. We need to figure it out. Of course, I don't think Josh or Wild Bill got one before, but we should start it sometime. Go ahead with your pick, man.
Somebody take her to In-N-Out Burger if she gets it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Praise the
Anyway,
Lord. I'll let y'all know how it is tomorrow. You know I will. Okay, I got Alabama 30. I got Indiana 28.
Woo, man, it's a close one. Austin Dash, your pick
I
for the
do
Rose
got
Bowl.
it a close one.
Oh, y'all are going to freak out, but I'm going to say Alabama 31, Indiana 20.
31-20. All right, Matt, you're up.
Taking them by double digits.
I believe, let's see, IU's a 6.5 point favorite.
Yep.
7
Over
now.
under. Is it 7 now? And over under is it 48.5 still? Is that what it
Yep.
was?
Yep.
So I'm going to say it's the lowest scoring game because of the weather. But I'm going to say Alabama 21, IU 17.
Woo, that'll be a tough one. All right, Josh Moran, what do you got?
All right, let's see. I did a little graphic this time.
Oh, no.
In the battle of David and Goliath, we have Take That Goliath, Bama 24, IU 20. As
All right.
Goliath is slayed by
I
Alabama.
appreciate your biblical reference. Thank you.
This
There you go.
this picture is in like 360p. Where did you get that from?
Well, I
Did you trace that?
I had to stretch it.
You trace that out of a Bible.
It's stretched. I took a screenshot and stretched it, and then did the other
That's
stuff.
why.
I did
It is
on
it's also to scale. Thank you, Josh Moran. All right, Wild Bill, what is your score?
17-14, Bama.
17-14, Alabama. All right, ladies and
Please
gentlemen.
forgive me,
God.
Uncle Bill. Please
if this-
forgive me. He's about to
this-
run off.
If this game comes down to Connor Talty, I'm gonna be out in the road.
Talty's
Bro.
Talty's good to go.
But I don't
Talty
want to
has
find
been
out that he's
very
not in that moment.
dependable
Talty,
since
All right,
he
ladies
got
and gentlemen.
food at home.
Talty.
Here's the way it's going to go in the first
Oh.
quarter. The first quarter, Alabama is going to win the first quarter 7-3. They are going to have a methodical drive. They're going to surprise the country. They're going to surprise Indiana. They're going to come out, run the football, and punch them in the mouth.
Wait,
Wild Bill.
Stop right there. Matt, pay no attention
my
to what
God.
I'm fixing to tell you.
Hurry
does
up.
And he
I'm
ain't won.
hungry.
He ain't won a. Have
I
you
ain't
won
had
one
no-
this year?
I ain't had no
Yes, sir.
dinner.
Quincy,
Yes, sir.
Do you see how Wild Bill takes you to task if you agree with me?
Wild
That's pretty
Bill
messed up.
is Wild Bill's
I'm okay with it.
grumpy today.
I'll
It's
take
my
all the smoke.
birthday.
I,
It's my
I
birthday,
thought,
Bill. You should be happy.
I thought he made a pretty good point. So
Okay, finish,
Ha!
please. I'm hungry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
They're
Hungry.
always hungry.
In the second quarter, Alabama puts another 10 points on the board, and Indiana scores their first touchdown. We go to halftime. It is 17-10, Alabama. In the second half, Alabama racks up a touchdown, followed by an Indiana touchdown of the third quarter. And then Alabama wraps up the game 10-0 in the fourth quarter for your score and a win of the quarterfinals Rose Bowl. David takes down Goliath. The Mighty Tide wins 34-17. That's the way it's going to play out, boys. Let's get after it.
Bro.
Dang. And
I like
thought,
that.
And I thought I was
Hey,
taking a wild shot here.
I would love to see that happen.
It's
I
gonna
would
be
too.
Dude,
And,
the main reason at this point I want Alabama to win is to see the meltdown on Twitter.
Yes.
That's the main reason. No, what?
No, at this point, Indiana fans will be just cutting their knees off or something.
No, they
Well-
never had nothing. They'll just go back to going, well, hey, we're here. This was a great season, and they'll move on to next year.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. There's absolutely going to be a meltdown one way or the other. And let's hope Indiana's melting down and not Tuscaloosa.
Amen.
So with that, that's our program for tonight. The last week of 2025. We hope that you have a blessed and happy New Year's celebration. Bless you. Happy birthday, Amber.
Matt blacked out for a second like Josh in that Diddy bathroom.
I'm back. I'm right here. Somebody tried to call me.
Hey, your wife was at that party too there, Austin, so I don't know what you're talking about, but
What are you talking
so
about?
was
I didn't
Quincy
go in
and
nobody's
All right.
Quincy and Jeannie was there too.
I didn't
All
go
right,
in
here we go.
You
nobody's
didn't use
Oh, wow. Josh just disappeared for some reason. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
a very tough one.
for Matt Willingham, for Josh Moran, for Wild Bill, for Austin Dash, for Amber Dash, I'm your host of the BS Podcast. Tonight, it was heavy on the BS, as you could tell, but we pray it was entertaining for you. God bless you, and we again hope that you have a great and wonderful New Year's celebration, and may it be with a Crimson Tide victory. Roll Tide, everybody. We'll be back.
One message for you from your aunt.
Uh-huh.
She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
Not rocket science, you know.
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. The next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. I mean it. Like,
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
what the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang
I'm your
on,
host,
hang
Quincy
on,
Moran.
hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.